So hello guys. So in this lecture we're going to see about your switch cases using your embedded C. Okay. So first we're going to see why we need switch cases, okay, and what it is and all, okay. So in switch cases we have two things, okay. One is your expression, okay, and another one is your cases, okay. So you have your expression, okay. So if your expression has multiple different cases, okay, say A, B, C, that time you can able to use your switch case, okay. So each cases we need to have a different state, okay. So let's say I'm just taking a sensor, okay, that has different, okay, let's say your algorithm, okay, protection algorithm I'm just having, okay. So that has a case, say temperature case, voltage, okay, fault protection, okay, voltage case, current case. So each cases will have a statement, say for statement is that over current, under current, like that each will have a statement, right? So to use these key things we use your switch cases, okay. So the main thing, we need to have a switch keyword, and the brackets, inside that we have the expression, and inside we have case, okay, case keyword, there we need to put the case value, okay. And this is the when your expression is equal to this value, then that statement will be executed, okay. So you can have more and more statements, and at the end we need to break it. So this is for this case. Then similarly for the next case 2, 3, and at the default, if no other case has been satisfied, the default will be executed, okay. So this is your switch case part. Now let's open my STM32. Okay. Yeah, so I just opened my STM32. So first we just see the rules. So the first rule is that your enum should be, so your switch case variable, right, the switch, the expression that we give, right, so that variable should be an enum type, okay. Because if I use another type, say integer or character, so it will have, you can say it can take any values, right, but your enum types are constant, okay, and known values, right. So your expression will have these cases, right, we have the cases. So if I use enum means I know these cases, right, I know the cases that A, B, C, so these are the only cases that are there, right. So if I use integer, it can take any values, so we will get errors, okay. Sometimes it'll just go to default, okay. So other thing is that if you are using enum, we tend to avoid default, okay. We already know the cases A, B, C and all, you know. So if we miss any case, the, you can say your coder will give you a warning that this case has been missed, like that, okay. So now let's go to the code. So here you can see, so this is your enum. So this is your enum that I have, and here we have your enum variable, okay. Now I want to create a switch case, okay, for this one. Just create just give north south, okay. So north south east west, okay. Now I just create a case switch, okay. So your switch will be your here, okay. Now the cases, okay. So your case is say north, okay. Then we have one case, then the case is south. We have another one. Then if the case is east, just have a break, another one. And if the case is west, the break, okay. So these things should be given in a close bracket, okay. Okay, so now we just made a normal one. Okay, now just remove these. Okay, now I'm gonna use this. Okay, so here, okay, case one north. Okay, then I just do the printf to print the direction north. Okay, yes, yeah, let me just keep this one. Okay, okay, printf. So the direction is what? Direction is north. Okay, next line, next line. Okay, now we have next is south. Okay, then next is your east. And next is your west. Okay, now I just use this case. Okay, so let me just build the debug. So here should we enter the direction value. So here I'm just need to enter the values, right? So I just give the respect one. North is 10th, south is 20, east is 30, and west is 40. Okay, here I just enter these things. 30 is west, 30 is east, 40 is west. Okay, now let me just debug this. Okay, so no errors. So let's check the results. Okay, so I can see. So here what happens? So this will be displayed. I'm just giving 20, then just automatically displays the case of south. Okay, so that is your first two rules of your switch case. Okay, then next what we have, if to define a new variable within a case, add float block explicit. Okay, yeah, okay. So here what we are having. So if you want to you can say like create a new variable within a case means what we need to have. We need to have this flower brackets. Okay, I'll just show you an example. Okay, so let's take your M32 here. Okay, so here in this case I'm gonna create another variable. Okay, just take this one, put it here. Okay, so remove this part. Okay, so I'm going to create a variable, say int value equal to 4. Okay, and I'm just printing another one, printf, just printing the value fs. Okay, the value percentage, maybe percentage d, next line. Okay, comma value. Okay, so if I do like this, I need to give it inside this case. Okay, I need to give inside this brackets. Okay, if not, you will get the errors. Okay, if I just run without this, okay, if I just run it, you can see, right, this one, the label can only be in the part of statement and the declaration is not the statement. Okay, so if I just give the brackets and again run it, now you can see this is coming. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the same thing, just gonna use 10. Okay, so if I use 10 here, okay, if I just put 10 here, the value is been printed and the direction also printed. Okay, so that is your third rule. Okay, when dealing with switch cases. Then the fourth rule is that if having multiple cases of same handling, use fall through. So what this means, say, just remove this one. Okay, okay, so for even if south, east and west, so even if I have this, okay, same thing. Okay, even if I get south, even if I get east, and even if I get west, the direction should be print west means, then I don't need to put the same statement again and again. Okay, so I just remove them at the end. So just call as fall through. Okay, so just covers crosses these all things, goes directly here. Okay, so now I just debug this. Okay, again I just open. Okay, now I just put 20. Okay, you can see the direction goes to west. Okay, then next is that if I don't use any enum type of variable, then I need to use a default case. Okay, so it can take any values, right? So if this is not the case means, so I need to use a default case. Okay, so now this part I just remove it. Okay, let's check. Now I'm just don't use this enum. Okay, just use a custom. I just have this. Okay, I just remove this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna put, okay, print. Okay, so I'm just going to enter this ones and all. Okay, so your switch case here should be input. Okay, so case if it is 10, so if it is 10 means north, 20, 30 and 40, just like that. Okay, so if it is not that one, okay, then I have a default. Okay, default case print, just print f, not the direction, or I just print incorrect. Okay, incorrect. Okay, okay, now just run this. Okay, what happened? Input is uninitialized. Yeah, I think once again. I just need to initialize it here and I need to gain it, right? So I need a scanf. Okay, scanf percentage d comma the address input. Okay, now I just run it. Yeah, now perfect, runs. Okay, let me just open the debugger. Okay, so I'm just gonna give 50, let's say. If I give 20, it's coming like this. Okay, so if I give 50, it does not printing if you're incorrect. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, now it's coming. Okay, so your 50 just prints incorrect. Okay, so that is your final rule. Okay, so that's it all about your switch cases. Okay, so in this video we just see about what you mean by switch case. Okay, what is the syntax, why we use, okay, and what are the rules we need to follow in embedded, okay, while using your switch cases in embedded programming. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you.